weird series, right? That was over in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
He can look past that. DnS got murderlated. Uthermal made him look bad.
He did attack into like 16 siege tanks and held that.
I'm not saying he's innocent to it, but it just wasn't good. Now, in this match, he has only this match to show that he's got more. Otherwise, he's out of WCS.
All right. Let's see if he's got what it takes. In the bottom right, he's our red Protoss. Kicking off here on Thunderbird, he is DnS.
And his opponent, the top left-hand side, the infamous Ukrainian Zerg. It is Wendigo Bly.
Wendigo. Yeah, he has Wendigo in his name. That only makes me think of that one horror game with the, yeah, where the Wendigo or whatever like hunts you down and basically kills everybody. Actually.
Which game is that?
Sure, Till Dawn, I think, something like that. Yeah, that's all. That's where my brain goes. So I don't go skiing anymore, not at night.
Well, you shouldn't anyways. It's dangerous.
It is actually very dangerous to go skiing at night, yes.
Wendigo actually has really cool lore. It's a Native American monster of mythical lore. I believe there's going to be someone in the chat saying, well, actually, I know. All right, you got... Anyways, look it up. It's cool. There's one in the Scary Stories to Tell Yourself at Night.
Yes. Oh, my God. Oh, God. Okay, you brought it all. It's all coming back to me now. Can we talk about something else?
You don't like the Wendigos, do you, Nate?
No. Well, I'm first-generation American, so I've got nothing to do with any of that. Have you actually had anybody mine the minerals on the third on this map to kill you, like, early on?
No. Yeah, they didn't even do much.
I've seen it a few times on NA.
Yeah. Nope, they didn't do any kind of mega all-in off of it. It was more of a, like, now I can scout you freely. And I was like, oh, okay.
I mean, knowing the way that I play, almost every person that tries to be even slightly aggressive will send their first scout to my third just to get to work on that. I've had a lot of people send the two out very early for that.
It's a good balance though that it's double, right? Like it's just the one mineral pile, so you only need the 2 workers to get through the 2. But I feel like if it was more than that, it would never happen except for as a friendly removal.
Yeah.
And then if it was less than that, it would be ridiculous, right? Like if the scout can just be like, yeah, I'll make my way over there and grab it, and then now there's a hole.
Yeah, it is a good balance that it's just the one. We've seen some people do weird stuff, right? You could technically build an assimilator there. How do we feel about this hatchery, by the way? It's a little bit. This feels like Bly, but I feel like we've also seen him bunch where he's done stuff like this and not committed to it either. I don't know what I should be feeling here, Jeff.
Apprehension. You should begin to feel nervous on behalf of DnS.
Well, my hands are starting to sweat a little bit,
That's the desired effect.
Yeah. I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, and there's drones going off to the right there, too, that do not get scouted. So this can be a spine crawler rush. Queens will come off of that, and they'll walk the creep up there. And the Adept's not going to see much. It's not even going to make its way to the third. As long as there's a little bit of micro here, get around it. No, it will get away, but it doesn't get to the third, so it does not know about this. And with the Adept, there's a chance it stays out on the map. That's the funny thing here, too. So as of right now, if I'm not mistaken, DnS has no idea this is going on. And now, actually, the limited vision of the Adept, I don't think he sees it either.
Ooh, okay. Well, does he really? Huh.
I mean, he'd be in emergency mode if he knew. There's nothing here.
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, he caught a glimpse of the creep coming out, but just one shield battery, as we're talking about, that Stalker at the front. And with the Adept damage that's already been taken, all that energy will be spent very quickly, because weirdly enough, if the Stalker dies, it actually saves him some energy there. But he's going to drop down another shield battery. The Oracle is already out of energy. Sees the Queen, gets pushed back.
Yeah, and the Spine Crawlers come up a little bit ambitiously. The creep's not here yet, so it's going to give DnS some time, but his options are bad. He's making a second Oracle, more Queens coming out here. They're not great DPS, and they are only based off of energy, so their ability to shut down the Spine Crawlers themselves, not great. You want things like Immortals, maybe Void Rays, or Stalkers.
I've never thought in my life that creep spread slowly until this very moment.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. It was at the base of the ramp, and he was like, I'm already showing my thing. But here we are, and now a third Oracle is queued up. And I just don't like it. It's either, even a single Spore Crawler would really shut this down, but we're not going to see that. And the Spines are going to go to work, and now the energy off the shield batteries will just be to sustain, right? Like, they're not even healing units that are fighting these things. They're just trying to hold the buildings up.
Yep. And he has not yet right-clicked. Because you can put, he has the 3 batteries of almost full energy, but he doesn't want to use it on that Cybernetics core just yet. Wants to keep the energy for the units. Oracles are going to rush up forward, go for one of the Queens, and going for number 2 now, but the Spines and the Zerglings are still there. Oracles get some damage onto a Spine, and then they turn around, realizing that the Zerglings are ravaging the base. Now they're going into the main.
Yeah.
But there's still spine crawlers breaking down the wall. It is nice to get rid of the queens because maybe the Void Ray can, if the Void Ray can get into position right, it will melt the spines, but will it be able to do enough in the time? Well, there's already Spore Crawlers coming out now too.
We're watching
Ouch.
one of DNS's worst days right now, I can tell you that. He is not enjoying anything. Every choice he's made has just not been right, and Bly has that frustrating effect of like losing to this is tilting. It just simply is, because if you scout that out early and you make a few different choices, it gets shut down hard. But if you don't see it coming, you are in so much trouble. He's going to get a second Void Ray out here, or he's attempting to. The Spine Crows have already crushed down the wall. The Shield Batters are depowered, and there's slow Zealots chasing Lings around. And if that doesn't look bad enough, just know that it will continue forever until DNS taps out.
Yeah.
Just more Lings coming.
There's a really cool universe where this is just like a cinematic of a Protoss base being overrun by the swarm as the creep starts to swallow up and the spines inch their way forward. And
I do love the creep going up on the buildings.
yeah.
Oracle's going across the map. They're going to see if they can do something. I don't think there's defenses back at home, and that would be pretty amazing. Just now? Well, hang on, Jeff. Did I get way too ahead of myself? The Oracles? I mean, they're going to kill some drones, my man. Ling's trying to go up the ramp. They can't do it. The Nexus will be in trouble, but not for a little while. Okay, no, the Spore Crawlers do finish in time. Queen does get isolated, which is a little bit of a mistake. And these are the only drones, too, by the way. Don't make any...
Oh, he's going to YOLO on that Spore Crawler,
Yeah,
too.
but the other one finishes.
Oof.
So's... Yeah, he just couldn't do it. He's desperate, so he's trying some stuff, but it's not going to be enough. A third Void Ray coming out with the Shield Batters behind this. There is a glimmer of hope. I'm not going to lie. It looks weird, but there's hope. I've seen this before.
When the Void Ray starts to take a bit of hull damage as another Spine Crawler gets sniped.
A lot of
on.
ground army here. I'm actually... Wait.
Is he doing it?
Yeah, no. This whole time I'm going to be honest with you. Listen, here's my excuse, guys. I landed at 1 a.m. and then I got here 4 hours later. I didn't look at the supply. Todd somewhere hates me. DNS is absolutely...
Yeah, I actually just got a text from Todd. He's disappointed in me.
I feel so silly. I really just didn't look at the supply at all, and I looked at the 3 bases and the crumbling natural, but DNS has just bought so much time. He's not letting him up the ramp. Void Rays are coming out. Shield Batters have gotten remade. And Bly was so all in, he never went above... I mean, he made workers to get to 17. That's how all in he was. Yeah. Wow, this is not DNS's worst day. It's starting to look better.
Yep.
It's feeling better at all times. And the longer this goes, the more dead Bly is. I mean, behind this... He is making drones, but he's also making Spore Crawlers and stuff just to survive the air army. And that's all...
He did a really good job of surviving up to this point. Like, the Void Rays were super clutch. Just being able to push the Spine Crawlers back so the buildings can get to work. And now the Lings are going to try and make this push up, but the Void Rays have to distract themselves. Now, if he can
don't lose the Void Rays.
You can get a bunch of drone kills here. That would be really nice. Of course, the Queens in play against those Void Rays still very important. Those are not cheap. Replacing those will not be easy if he loses them.
DNS falling apart a little bit. I mean, he's still up 30 supply. He's doubling in workers, so that wasn't good, but there's so much bad that has to happen for this to turn around. The Lings getting through, sure, but it was part of the army bleeding out to the Spine Crawlers and dying for free, and then losing a Void Ray to the Queens. Like I said, though, it's comical how ahead DNS is because of how few workers Bly has. Every good move he makes has to be like 4 times better because of the economy of DNS versus his.
Yep, good micro here on the Void Ray, pulling back with that. Oh, I say that. Like, he does actually end up losing one.
Like, that, too, was not a good little move, but he's just so far ahead.
Yeah, and he's just be able to crank out units nonstop. I think he's got this, yeah. Okay, Void Rays are all going to move up, bringing the Oracles in as well. Zealots stepping forward into the fray, and don't feel like the Queen should just be enough against this. The Void Rays are going to pull back to the Shield Batteries again.
I mean, Bly, it's amazing. He's doing so much with so little here. But look at the Queen's health. I mean, that's actually all you have to look at. They have no transfusions amongst them. The second this fight starts to hit them, they will die. 1 or 2 Queens are just about to die. All the Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers are about to wash away. This is by no means the cleanest game, but sometimes when you get down in the mud with Bly, this is what it looks like. And there's no creep for these Queens to run away from either. And like Roddy talked about in that first game, sometimes Bly needs a little bit of encouragement to get out of a game. And sometimes he needs a lot of encouragement.
Well, I like what you just used to describe this. I'm just going to say this was a good mud wrestling match of a StarCraft 2 game.
That's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah.
All right, well, Bly... Yeah.
GG. DNS holds strong.